So today's video is going to be part 2 of the It's going to be part 2 of the designer makeup looks. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and today is Gucci. So basically I already did part of it, which part of it is the headpiece. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is part of the headpiece, and then I did another part just to cover up all the glue that's like on the headband. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing how I actually make these, let me know, because I was gonna record how I did this, but I totally forgot. So, but if you are interested in seeing how I like make all these, or like what my inspiration is, then just make sure you leave in the comments and let me know. And also let me know if you prefer Spanish or English. I just do English because I'm more comfortable talking to the camera in English, but if you guys want me to do both, I will do both. But yeah, so now that that's out of the way, we are going to be starting with the makeup, and let's just go ahead and get started. You know, you don't want to hear me ramble on, so let's get started. So the first step is actually trying to figure out what I want to start with, because I haven't thought that far ahead, if I'm being honest. I think I'm not going to block out the eyebrows. I think I'm going to color them, you know what I mean? Like I want them to be like red maybe. We could do something like that to just like give a little something something. So that's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna do the eyebrows. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. Cause I don't feel like blocking them out. I feel like that's too much work. I don't know if I like it. We'll just leave them for the end. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is the eyes, because I can't figure out what I want to do on the brows. So I am going to just do an eye look that I think might look cool. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, so we're just gonna roll with the punches. I'm just gonna take this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to use as a, as an eye base, an eyeshadow primer. Huh, my bad. I'm just gonna use that concealer as eyeshadow primer. So now I'm just going to set that eyeshadow primer just with any kind of like bone colored shade, or like a white as well. And now I'm going to try and figure out how I want to do this makeup look. I obviously want to incorporate the colors of the Gucci logo, which is gold, green, and red. I think I'm going to start with green, since I feel like the last look was a lot of red. I feel like it'd be cool to like put this one in the crease. I don't know, we're just going to start off with green. So the first shade I'm just going to take is this one, which is just Chances Are by this ColourPop palette, just to like use it as a transition shade, just to like make sure that we can like blend everything out afterwards. So I'm just gonna go in with that, and then I'm going to put this one below it, and then this one right here, right in the crease. I'm just gonna basically fast forward this part just so that this video isn't as long, because this is the simple part of the whole makeup. So I'm just going to put those shades in order like I said, and then I'll be right back to explain to you what I'm gonna do after that. So I'm just gonna put this like in a little time lapse so you can just watch what I'm doing, and yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I just ended up bringing like the darker green up to the top, but what those other two shades did was just help me find like the placement for it, you know, so I don't go directly in with dark green, and then it makes it even more difficult to blend. So doing those like two simple steps with going from light to dark will just give you a better blend of the eyeshadow. And I am bringing it up pretty high since this is more of a exaggerated look. We also want the eyes to pop out, so I'm just using that dark green everywhere. And then if I do need to like blend the edges, that's when I go in with the transition shade that we use at the very beginning to make it blend together. So now that I did that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the crease, and I'm going to do a full cut crease, and then I'm going to do gold on one side and then red on the other. I'm just going to take that same concealer, and I feel like the technique for cutting the creases, you want to make sure you have a really good brush for it, because it will just make your life so much easier. So yeah, just like a really nice like flat brush like this, like make sure like the bristles are all like together. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to put a little bit there, open my eye how I normally would, and that is where my crease is gonna be. And then all you do is just connect it to the outer edges of your eye. The outer part right here I will fix once I put down the shadow. You're just going to fill the rest of that in with concealer. And then if you need to sharpen up any of the edges, go ahead and do that. Like right here, I feel like I need to sharpen up, so that's what I am going to do. So now that we have that done, I am going to go ahead and go into what shades it is that I'm going to use for my cut crease. For the gold, I'm just going to use this Modern Dreamer palette from NYX, and it's just this gold right here. And then for the red, I am just going to use the ColourPop palette that is like this one, but just in red. So I'm just going to take another flat brush, use the gold, and I'm just going to wet my brush and then put that gold on the inner portion. Once we have that set in place, I'm just going to take this color right here, which is just like a matte red, just to really get that pigmentation out of the red. And then I'm going to put the shimmer shade on top. And then I don't know if you can tell on camera, but right here, I did go out a little bit of like the line I created for the cut crease. So I'm just taking a small pencil brush and just kind of blending it out like that. And so now that we have done that, I'm just going to finish with this red shade and then just combine both of the colors together to make sure it's nice and blended. And now I'm just going to go in with this little cotton pad with makeup remover and just fix the wing up like that. So there we have the nice little Gucci cut crease. And then I'm just going to do the same thing to the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are looking like this. So basically what I just did off camera was I just put some rhinestones just randomly, like just wherever I thought they would look good. And then I just put the two G's right here in this empty space. And then the way I did my eyebrows was I just used the cream palette and just like a flat brush like this, and was just able to kind of fill in like that, just to not do anything too complicated, since I am going to be here for a while and I'm not even halfway done, just to make it like a little bit easier on me. And so now that we have that done, now it's time for the rest of the makeup. So the idea I had for this makeup was to take the Gucci sneakers that, you know, exist. And this is basically the idea I had. So right here, as you can see, let's pull this one up. So on these, for example, right here. So what I'm going to basically do is the back part, which is the red and green, and then do the snake on top. And I'm going to do the same thing for the bee. So I just kind of grabbed the ones that I liked, and that's kind of what I'm just going to put like patches of that everywhere. And then also we have this one, and I think I'm going to make that out of rhinestones and see if I can do that. And then we have another one. I have a couple here, so I'm also going to do the loved one right here. And yeah, so I just pulled up a whole bunch of pictures. I just went on their website and just saw the sneakers that they had and picked out which ones were my favorite or easier to create and not make it too complicated on myself. And so the first one we are going to do is, so now that I have that in mind, what I'm going to end up doing on this side of my face is just the Gucci logo that are on these sneakers right here. So I'm going to do this on this cheek, and I think I'm going to do, I want to do two on one side and one on one, so that it's like not like 1, 2, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit more diverse, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be doing the Gucci one that I just showed you here. But yeah, so I'm going to do that one first. What we're going to do with this one is I'm just going to take 2 pieces of tape, and I just put 2 stripes right here so that this can be filled in So I'm just gonna take the red cream-based paint and just fill this little part in. Like that, and then I'm just going to take the gold and I'm just going to do 2 stripes on each side because that is what picture has, and they're just like a lot thinner.
Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to.
And now, just with the makeup remover, I'm just going to go ahead and clean it up a little bit until I get like the shape I want. Okay, so now that we have that, all I have to do is put the Gucci symbol, but before I do that, I am just going to see what other symbol it is that I want to do. Now here there's some gold stars, so we might be able to put those 3 around. And I'm just choosing something not too complicated right here, because right here I really can't see very well. Yeah, so we're going to do some gold stars on this portion, and then right here we're going to see what other thing we can do. So I'm just going to take that same paint, and I am going to use watercolor because since we have cream here, I want to use a watercolor so that it doesn't like mix together. So I'm just going to take that watercolor and just do the symbol on here. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with the stars. And now I'm just going to do the red and green stars just to like give it a little bit of something. And you can't really see the gold when you're looking head on, so I just want to add a little bit of something something. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're gonna move on to this side of the face. And I'm gonna try to do this, but I don't think I'll be able to because my mirror's on this side. So let's just see if I can. I'm gonna show you guys one of what I'm gonna do on this side. And I think the one I want to do, I think I'm gonna do the snake now. Yeah, so we're gonna go in with the snake right here on all of this. Well, let's see how we do this. I'm not ready for this. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put down the base of the snake, so like the 3 colors, and I'll be right back. So now that I'm here, and over it, so I just did the outline of the snake just to not bore you guys with that because it was gonna take me a minute. And now all I'm gonna do is just with a Q-tip and some makeup remover, I'm just going to take all of this away except the red because the snake on the picture is like so. Come on. Well, you can see what I'm trying to do. You know what? Let's just do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that Q-tip and just start getting rid of the green. Here we go. Now I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in with red. If you hear people talking, I'm sorry. Have you guys seen those TikToks where it's like, I can't take it off? I can't take it off. Well, for me, every time I'm done with the pictures and the TikToks, it's the only thing I want to do. So I will never be able to relate to that, to be honest. And I can't find a freaking brush that I need. Got it. Okay, I think I found a brush. When I look all the way back here, I feel like they're going like this. Okay, so now that we're getting somewhere, yeah. Okay, so now that we have the red filled in, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go in with like the little stripes that you see right here, and I'm gonna be using blue and white. I don't know if it's black or not, but I wanna use blue just to add like another color that's not gold, black, green, red, and kind of like bring in those colors. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to add those colors in, but I'm going to not use cream. I'm going to use water activated paints because if I did use cream, all the colors would combine. So in my personal experience, when I want to use colors on top of colors, if I'm like, you know what I mean? I usually do a base of cream and then watercolor on top. That's what I did the black with so that it doesn't smudge as much. So that's what I'm going to do now. And then the last thing I'm going to add on my face is I'm gonna do something on the forehead. I'm gonna add the bee on the forehead. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this part of the snake. All I'm gonna do is just add in those lines with watercolor product, and then I'm just gonna start on the bee, just doing like the green and red stripes on my forehead, and then I'll be right back to show you kind of what it's looking like. Okay everyone, so now that we did this, we are just gonna go ahead and do the bee, and I just decided to add a black border around the snake just because I felt like, I don't know, I didn't really like it like just like that, so I decided to add a black border around it. Now we're gonna go on to the bee. So I am going to go in with the gold watercolor paint right here. So I'm just going to basically just go off of what I see on the picture. So I just kind of just zoomed it in, and I'm just going to see how well I can do this. And sometimes what helps me is I will, before I do like the makeup look on my face, I tend to like kind of practice on a piece of paper just to see if I can get the shape down. And then once I do that, then I feel like more comfortable to like actually go on the skin. So now that we have that done, I'm just going to do the little legs on top, the antennas, and just do the wings. So I'm just going to finish this up, and I'll be right back to show you like the next thing I'm gonna do. Okay, so after maybe about an hour, I am finally at this point. So I just kind of decided to go in with some like detailing in blue just to like kind of bring another color to it. And since they do use like royal blues and things like that, that's the one I decided to go for. So I just added like a couple things here, this like a little more stars, some lines there, who knows. And just to like kind of add a little bit more to it and not have it be like so many blank spaces. Now we're going on to the body. Love that. I love that. So the first one I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do the loved one. So this is the first one we are going to do. So I'm just gonna do that maybe across like this. I'm trying to figure out where I wanna put it and where I'm gonna put the other ones. And, okay, so we're getting somewhere. So we're gonna go in with the loved one. We're gonna put it kind of at this angle down this way. I'm just going to grab my white pencil again, and I'm going to start working on the loved part. Okay, so I just kind of want to explain a little bit what I did. So I just did the loved, and I just colored it in. And then underneath I just did the little stripes like we have done before, and that was basically it. I wanted to like record it, but it was kind of difficult to film at this angle. So now I'm just going to do the next one, which is going to be the Gucci sign like this. And this I'm just gonna put on my neck. And the reason I'm putting it here on my neck is because I want to put the paint there, because if I move my neck, it's gonna transfer. So, and since I'm gonna do rhinestones on the lettering, I kind of prefer to do that. So I'm just gonna take the pencil again, and I'm just going to start doing the lettering, but first I need to pee and I can't hold it in. Okay guys, so now we are here. I did do a little bit more than I was planning on because my camera died. So I'm just gonna kind of explain what I did. So I just did this part right here. The glitter's not supposed to be there, but it just fell, so we're gonna stick with it. And then I did this right here. So the last thing you guys saw was that I just outlined it with the white pencil, and then I just took some liquid latex and just put it right here, and then just glued just took like a brush like this, got it wet like that, and then just dunk it into the glitter and just patted it on. And that's what I did for this portion. And then here I just drew, I was basing it off of this one right here. So I just basically copied what I saw in that photo. So I just drew the vines. I did a darker green on the outer part, and then a little bit more of a lighter green in the middle. And then same thing here, darker on the outer parts, and then lighter on the inner parts. Just did a couple dots just to like give a little something something. So now we're here. I'm sorry I wasn't able to record this, but basically I just copied what I saw off the phone from the pictures that I chose. So now we are at this state. And now what I'm gonna go in with this time is, so I'm just going to do this arrow right here. on this part of the body. So the first thing I am just going to do is just do the colors right here that we have been doing for most of these. Now that we have this done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the black pencil that I lost right now. That's why I like to keep my desk clean, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Here it is, it's right in front of me. So I'm just going to take the pencil and I'm just going to make a line. You might not be able to see it, you probably won't, but I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that we have that done, what I'm going to do is just going to take some dark shadow just to like cover up the skin color, just in case when I do use like the gems and everything, I don't want the skin to peek through, if that means like the color of the skin. So I'm just taking some black shadow and just applying it right where that space is. So like right there. Okay, so now that we have that, what we're gonna do now is just the rhinestones. So I'm just gonna basically do what I did here. So I'm just going to apply the glue and then just apply the rhinestones that I want. Okay, so I did do black stones when I was trying to do it over here and I just didn't like it. I feel like it didn't pop. So I'm gonna be using this pointy little silver stone just to like make sure we got that point. And I'm using it also on these edges as well. So I'm just gonna take 3 already. And then I am going to use these just like red ones right here as well to kind of incorporate those colors. Okay, so now that we have the ones that we want, I'm just going to grab my lash glue and I'm just going to start applying the stones the way I want them to. Okay, so now I'm just going ahead and filling this in. So I just did a couple of rhinestones, the green and red right here, and then just like some silver, kind of, it like moves with the light on the outer corners. And now I'm just gonna go in with black right next to the red and green, just going along where we did our little outline. So now that we have the little diamonds on that, what I'm going to do now is I am just going to put gold diamonds around the border, and then I'm just going to do a G and a G for the logo. So that's going to be my next step, and I'm just going to quickly do that off camera because I'm just doing the same thing with the rhinestones that I just showed you guys and the GG that I'm just going to draw on top of this thing right here. So once I have that done, I will be right back. Alright guys, so now that we are here, I just kind of did some final touches. I just added like random lines with the colors that I've been using around like empty spaces that I didn't know what I wanted to fill it with, but I didn't really want to add any more Gucci logos or anything because I feel like I got enough. So I just kind of added these like abstract lines, I guess you could say, and I think I might add one here now that I think about it. But yeah, I just finished up the eyes. And just basically what I did was I just put on some lashes. My lower lash line I just did red, and the waterline I just did like a dark green like this one. And that's basically all I did for the eyes. And then I'm just going to add a nice little red line just to like fill up this space right here. I swear Q-tips and cotton pads are literally your best friend when it comes to doing this kind of makeup. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. I'm just going to go on to the lips and I'm just going to apply a red color on my lips. And I'm actually going to use a watercolor because I am too lazy to try and look for one in the disaster of a mess that I have down here. So I'm just going to use a regular, just like the color that we've been using this whole time for the red, and just apply that on my lips. Okay, so now that we have the lips done, I'm just going to, of course, with a Q-tip, clean up around the edges. And I'm trying to decide if I want to add glitter or not. Why not? So I'm just going to do what I did here on my lips, so that way I can also show you guys. So I'm just taking a sponge. Make sure it's disposable. Okay, so we're about to see how bad this is gonna look. I'm just going to take my glitter. I'm just gonna wait for this to dry for a little bit. Okay. Well, even if I don't like it, it's too late to go back now. So now that we have all of that done, I think we're done. Is that everything? Yeah, it is. So now that we are done with this makeup look, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on the crowns that I made, and I'll be right back.
I hope you never fall in love again. I hope you be yourself and lose your friends. I hope they call you out for shit you said. I hope you're miserable until you're dead.
Okay guys, so this is the finished look. My head freaking hurts from wearing this thing. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you do want to see how I make these little headpieces, let me know in the comments below. It's very time consuming, but it's not too difficult to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it wasn't all over the place. And it is currently almost 3 in the morning. Yeah, I've been at this look for 12 hours. And I just want to get it off my face. That's why I say I can't relate to, I can't take it off, because it's the only thing I want to do right now is take this shit off and get some popcorn. But anyway, I really, really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'm sorry if I was a little all over the place. I was just trying to, like, you know, figure out the easiest way to explain everything, and then my camera died and I was like, but I will get better at doing this, hopefully. And I just hope you guys enjoyed and learned something or got entertainment from this. And if you did, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what other videos you want to see, and if you prefer in Spanish or English. And what else? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you do, then watch out for the next one, because I think the next one I'm going to be doing is Louis Vuitton, and that one's going to be a pain in the booty. If this took me 12 hours, I think that one's going to take me maybe 15. So I need to, like, prepare mentally, and I'm already starting to do that now. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. And that damn mosquito needs to go, because I cannot sleep like that. But yeah, I hopefully will see you in my next one. Bye guys. Why is it crooked, you dickwad? Do I hate it? And I should just put it, yep, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so, tape. Oh my god, I just want to get this over with. Come on. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so now that we have the arrow, fuck, I don't know if I like this arrow. Do I like it? I think we're just gonna go with it. How do I turn this shit off? Oh.
So good, was it feel